and whom I have recruited or whom I have worked with were in that age group. Then being a banker, I thought that is not my passion. See, I wanted to work in a corporate world, yes I want to do that, but there was a different passion what I had. So I didn't stick on to banking. Maybe 8-9 years I was in banking, then I moved into my higher education. I did my higher education, I became a certified financial planner. I worked in a college just like this. I've almost handled 45 banks within that company, 45 banks. It had banks including from Australia, Singapore, US, Europe. Europe was the biggest market what I've handled, and India. Trust me, you can handle anywhere across the world, but Indian banks are always tough to handle because they have their own demands. That's how we have been brought up, so nothing to say about that. But handling them, even that is not my passion. I said, okay, fine, let me see what I wanted to do. I always wanted to create job opportunities. Job opportunities, yes, you will say that is what you have been doing. You have been recruiting a team, yes. You are a professional now. After you finish your masters, you'll be going out and there will be a lot of MNCs waiting outside to give you a job. But I don't want to give a job. If I don't give him a job, there is already one more company waiting for. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to give an opportunity who doesn't have a skill, doesn't have a formal education, doesn't have anything to do. For example, how many of us would have traveled by train? We would have seen a lot of people or women or children sitting outside in the railway stations begging. What will be their take? What will happen to them? The kids are there, fine, this generation will get end. Yes, they will be beggars and they will die one day. But the next generation also will be like that. I always hated that phenomenon where the rich is getting richer and the poor is getting poorer. I said, what is that I have done to the society? That was something which was pricking me every day, saying, are you doing justice? If you see throughout my career, what I have done is service, is team building, but are you really satisfied? After some 15 years, I realized, no, I'm not satisfied. So I said, okay, fine, let me see what is the opportunities outside. In fact, the manager of Elementary said, you have been an entrepreneur. In fact, your husband had been with us for 15 plus years. He's one of the founders. So why don't you outsource the software development? I said, yes, we can do that. We have 700 employees on the rolls of Elementary. And the MD was so sweet. He said, we will give you 250 employees. We'll pay them salary. All you have to do is manage the software development, handle the work, handle the team what you have. And all I need is the result. All I need is software development. I said, yes, we can do that. The infrastructure, whatever the systems, whatever you're using, he gave his own premises. He said, use this. Okay, yes, we did it. 1 year passed by, we made crores. We made very good business, we made very revenue. In fact, right now we are across 4 branches. 4th branch is going to come up. I'm one of the directors of the company. Yes, fine. So, is your passion satisfied? Are you happy? Have you created employment? Yes, I have created employment, but are you happy? No, I'm not happy. Then this is the time, fortunately I happened to meet MSME. MSME is a government organization, I'm sure many would have heard about MSME. I met the top officials, basically the director and the deputy director. I said, sir, this is my profile, this is what I have been doing all this while, but my search is still open. I'm not happy with what I'm doing right now. I want to do something else to society. Many might think, what is she talking about? She has got everything in her hand, so why does she talk about society? End of the day, India is still poor. Okay, whoever is finishing education, maybe a master's, you will think, okay, I have overseas opportunities, and no, that will be the first intention. Okay, work for a company for some 5 years, gain experience, and then go overseas. But how will India improve? That was running in my mind. fine. Then they give me a lot of advice, a lot of gyan, they don't need the plus and minus. And then they inspired me. They said, okay, which is the industry which you think employment will be given? I know what is the target audience, I know whom I want to give employment to. So, which is the industry in which I can get into, which can give me skilled labor, which can give opportunities for people whom I want to give. And then I selected textile industry. Why textile industry? There are two reasons. One main reason is, see, as a consumer, see, you have a lot of ladies among you. When we go out, we don't get to wear what we want to wear. Yes, I have choices. I go to big malls, I shop. But do we get choices? I like this color, but I want a different design. Do we get it? No. So whatever is hanging around over there, I go pick it up and do it off. There is a lot of handicrafts in India. Lot of handicrafts. But we call it trend. They say trend, with trend everything goes off. If I want a very traditional design, do I get it now? It's very rare. I have to go, I have to browse around, I have to go search, at least some 10-15 shops to get the design what I want. I don't get satisfied so easily. So at least I go some 10 shops and see, yes, can somebody give me what I want? Then there is something which is very common or which is going up now called online shopping. Students like you don't get time to go outside, so they do a lot of online shopping. And I saw the drawbacks in online shopping also. What happens is, what we see on the image, what they show, and the product what we get on our hand is not the same. A lot of difference, either the color, the design, or the fabric, the quality. Everything changes. I'm not saying everybody is doing a mistake or whatever product, but 99% of what we see online is not the same in what is actually getting in the market. So I said, why not I change the way the customer preferences are being handled right now? And that was the first thing what was there, why I chose textile industry. The second is there's always demand. There's always demand. And no offense, this younger generation, they have a changing lifestyle. What I like today, I don't like it tomorrow. And even if I have some 100 products to select from, 100 designs, 100 dresses to select from, there's an occasion, there's a festival coming up, I will see for something new. I'm not saying women alone, but nowadays even men do that. So, end of the day, your growth is not only matters, but as a whole, a group of people has to change. I'm sure many of you here have the desire, the dream to become entrepreneurs. I'm sure you should be having that dream. That's the reason you are sitting in this session. But there is something which is stopping you, which is saying, should I start it right now, or should I wait for some more time? Should I get into an employment? Should I do that right now? So how can a student get to the path of entrepreneurship? When you go out of this college after finishing your master's or whatever course you are doing right now, there are two options. Either getting to an MNC job, getting overseas opportunities, or starting something on your own. But it takes a lot to decide to start something because it's so much of risk. In fact, when I was talking to him, he said, I don't want to take a risk. I don't want to start a company. Whatever you are learning right now in your college, the skills what you're developing right now, it is basically only a classroom session. But it requires a lot of passion and insane discipline. I always call it as insane discipline because see, the hard work what you have to put in when you start a company, trust me, it's not a 9 to 6 job. It's definitely not a 9 to 6 job. It requires a lot of passion, lot of hard work, lot of energy what you have to put in, lot of patience which is required out of you. Running a company is not a joke. It is not like your student life where you enjoy, you sit in a classroom, pass out notes, no. It requires a lot of more things. Everybody learn. There is a Dronacharya. I will go back to history because history is a very good lesson where it has taught a lot of management lessons. It is not, a lot of leaders learn from history. A lot of people learn from Dronacharya, but nobody could shine like your Arjuna or Karna. Nobody could shine like them because they had that motive. They saw only what was taught to them, the passion, the focus what they had. I always call this laser focus. Nothing else should disturb you. When you know what is your passion, when you know what you want to achieve, that only should stand in front of you. Nothing else should stop you. There are a lot of opportunities lying outside. But what stands aloof, what stands long-standing is new concepts. Yes, if you have a new concept, you will shine. If you have a new way of doing things, that also will make you shine. Here I want to tell you a story. A very interesting story, in fact. It inspired me and my husband a lot. There was a guy, I don't want to tell the name, but there was a guy who was working a very senior position in New York. He was a general manager and vice president of an MNC company, earning a very good amount. He heard about Starbucks. Starbucks in 1970s was a coffee shop, not a coffee shop exactly, but they were dealing with seeds, coffee seeds, tea seeds. They had 4 branches in Seattle, and they used to give sample coffees for the customers who walked into the shop. It was basically run by 3 partners who didn't want to do it on a big level, but they were running this coffee shop. And this guy heard a lot about the coffee shop Starbucks, and he said, why not I go visit them? And when he went to the shop one day, he happened to see, he was so attracted towards the authenticity of that place, the aroma what it gave. And it was very pleasant, the coffee beans, the posters across the shop. It was a very small shop what he went into. And the person over there, he offered me coffee. He said, sir, do you want to try a coffee? He said, yes, why not? And he just had some few sips and he was so inspired. He liked the coffee so much. He said, do you sell coffees? He said, no. The shop owner said, no, we don't sell coffees, but it's only the seeds what we sell. And he tasted the coffee and he just chatted with the owners for a couple of times and he left the place. But on the way back to New York, the coffee was still in his tongue. And he said, he decided, he said, I will start a company, or I want to be part of Starbucks. This guy was a senior management guy. He's a vice president of an MNC company who would have been earning a lot. Guys, sorry if it's a boring session and many of you I can see sleeping, but Starbucks had been an inspiring force for many. Don't think I'm pinpointing because as a lecturer, I know how many people are sleeping. So, never mind. But even if you are here, 50% of what I said, I'll be happy. So, on the way back to New York, this guy said, no, I will be part of Starbucks. And then he called up the owners a couple of times. He said, why don't you start some branches out of Seattle? These guys were very conservative. The owners, the partners basically, they were very conservative. They said, oh, we are very happy with the way we are running business right now. We don't want to expand because we are getting a decent amount of money from the business. He didn't leave. It was 1981, if I'm not wrong, that they started the discussion. And he said he was so inspired, he could not leave that at all. He again and again made an attempt to call them back and make them convince saying open a branch. Then it so happened, like he said, okay, if you are scared of opening a branch, then not a problem. Then I will do one thing. Can I join your company? And the owner said, we are not that very big, like we can offer you some huge amount of salary what you're drawing right now. He said, not a problem. I can come down. Because he knew he can do some miracle out of this particular opportunity what he was asking for. I said, fine, let me discuss internally. And they said, maybe if in case everything is fine, if the other partners agree, I will take you as a marketing head. And this discussion went on for 1 year. Till 82, they could not appoint Starbucks. I'm sorry, this guy. uh, everybody said, within the company, they had some 10 employees, and they said, why do we have to take him? Why do we have to recruit such a big guy? He doesn't know anything about the coffee business. All he has done is just come to a shop a couple of times and tasted a coffee. So why should we take him? And they said, and he's very much talented, educated. So he wants to take us out to New York. What if the business doesn't run properly, and what if we end up in losses? They had a fear in their mind, and they were very successful in convincing the other partners also. And they said, no, let us not take him. But till then, he was under the impression he is going to join Starbucks, and he has resigned the existing job also. They said, no, I don't want to take you. And it so happened, like, he convinced them again. He said, no matter about the package what they are going to offer, I will come down still further, but you give me an opportunity. And on one condition, they gave him opportunity, saying, he was never cooperated with this guy. He was so prepared to come out of the company and start our own coffee shop when he didn't know anything to do. That's how even I did that. I don't know anything about designing world. All I know is I like colors, I like nature, that is my biggest inspiration. And I started this company. And now it's going so successfully. What we actually learned from Starbucks is, if you have passion and if you have the right goal, and if you're very clear in your path, what you have to do, how you want to achieve, if you have a proper business plan drafted, I'm sure nothing can stop you. Nothing should stop you, in fact. I would like to talk about some more students who made history. I'm sure you would have heard about Google, Facebook. Facebook, I'm sure everybody will be using it. By the time I talk, at least some people would have been chatting by Facebook. That is the response what is being, he has created so much of craziness among the younger generation. And it all happened in the last 5 years, 10 years, maybe 5 years I would say. The reach, it was a student here. He was a student when he started. No matter how he came up with this idea, how he developed, there are a lot of stories about Mark, but the passion with which he carried forward towards his goal, achieved how he achieved his goal, and still Facebook is developing. Last 1 year, most of my online sales happens through Facebook. In fact, it's inspired me so much. The inquiries, the responses, what we get. The moment we upload a photograph, in fraction of seconds, we get so much of likes. So it tells you how much people are addicted towards Facebook rather than addicted. There are so much of online marketing opportunities which is lying ahead in front of you. That was also from a student. And Bill Gates. Bill Gates, when he formed Microsoft, he was a student. So the opportunities to an entrepreneur is all in front of you right now. How you select it, how you plan for it, what is the concept, what is the way with which you pitch in, that matters. In fact, I was going through some of the statistics, what is there about entrepreneurs through MSME. There are two sets of people who start business. One is immediately after finishing your college, your masters, they start a business, they come up with some new idea, they say, yes, I'm starting a business. But how many people stick on to that idea is very limited. And there is one more crowd of people who start business, who would have been a chairman of a public limited company or would have been in a senior position, who would have got retired and then started a business. But there is one thing which is common among them. What is common? The passion what they have, the ambition. And they all wanted to create a dent in the universe. They want to create a mark in the universe. That only drove them so much. Don't think there is no failures. Don't think the people who have become successful didn't have any failures at all in their life. In fact, I know a lot of people who would have at least started some 3-4 companies before they got successful. So no matter the failures what you see across in your career, in your life, it's just that passion with which we go through the opportunities. So there are two things which is very important. The guts with which you start a company and the focus, laser focus. One thing is very important. What makes a good leader? Who is a leader? Can anyone tell me who is a leader? Any definition on leader? Please, louder please. That's okay, yeah, please.
Take initiative.
Okay. Anything else?
Who leads the team?
Sorry? Okay. Yes?
Guidance.
Let's be open because this is a very good topic what everybody would like. And I know most of the people are sleeping, so it's a waking session, so you can wake up also. Come on guys, that's okay. We are actually running short of time also, so I want somebody to open up. Guys, are you feeling shy? Or you guys don't know the answer? I'm not asking you for any definition. See, leadership is not something which is related to... That's okay guys, I'll carry on. I know Nehru College management students are so shy, they don't want to open up. That's okay. Experience guys. Okay, but you don't be bothered or you don't be worried about, am I doing my work properly? Am I doing justice? Doing justice to your job, doing justice to what is being allocated to you, that is more important. Okay, there's no concrete definition saying, okay, this is what a leader is supposed to do. No. There's no proper example. For example, as you rightly said, Gandhiji, non-violence. Do you think everybody accepted non-violence? No. When he said non-violence, there were always a lot of people who said no non-violence. Why should we? They always doubted his capabilities. They said no, we will not get freedom at all. But he was very sure. He was very clear in his motive. And end of the day, he got his freedom. Do you think without Gandhiji we would have got freedom? No, I doubt. So, there is no measuring of a leader. What happened? See, there is no road to success. There is no secret or a success phenomena with which I say and you get success in your career. There is nothing like that. But there are certain qualities or characteristics which is very important for an effective leader. Very important. There are a lot of qualities here. There are a lot of qualities which you would have read in your books. I'm not going to talk about that. But for me, as per me, I have seen three things which is very important. One is courage, one is passion, and laser focus. Without these three, there is no proper proportion saying no, you must have this much percentage of your courage, this much percentage of your focus you should have in your business. There is no, or maybe it is written, but I don't believe in it. It should be all equally participating. Each and every quality what I said right now should have equal proportion. Only then that will lead to success. I have seen a couple of people who have started companies, who have started, and they expect success to happen in a year or so. It might take 5 years, or it might be a failure also. But as a leader, you need to know when you know there is the decision what you have taken, the steps what you have kept for has gone wrong. You should have the courage to accept the mistakes and think about a solution or alternative method. And that is what a good leader does. It's not like, no, he's a god and he can never make mistakes. He does make mistakes, or if he knows he has made a mistake, There should be always, always the guts for him to accept the mistake and start it. Whatever concept, see this 21st or 22nd century, wherever we are going to step into, it has got a lot of opportunities, a lot of unique ideas which has clicked. In fact, there is an institution in Chennai which is called TICON, which is for the entrepreneurs. In fact, I am a member of the TICON, which encourages. They have a lot of awards, they have a lot of meetings where you get to meet the fellow entrepreneurs, where you can discuss what is the road you have crossed till now and what is the challenges you're facing, and see if you can help each other. In fact, one of the last TICON meetings, I happened to meet a person who is 22 years old. And at this age, he had that aggression in him where not only that guy, but there are a lot of new concepts like railway ticketing, the bus ticketing services which happened from Bangalore. I'm sure you would have heard a lot of new concepts. I would wonder from where these ideas come from where these inspirations come from. See, whoever shined, no matter what age group we are in, but whoever shined till now had a different way or different approach towards life and their business and their concept, and they had a new concept, they had a unique concept. See, I would like to talk about Just Dial. In fact, I personally know Mr. V.S. Money. When he started in 2000, I think 99 or 2000 is when Just Dial was formally, they started on a full way. Thank you. It was started very, very, very small. He had some 10 to 12 telecallers. He had a very small office near Kellis, Chennai. But the aggression what he had in money was adorable. He was very clear. He said, many mocked him. They said, how can a free customer service get you profit? What is the business you're going to run? Is it really going to shine? Free service will never create value. He said, no, I will stick on to this business. And trust me, he proved it right. In fact, Just Dial services now is across the metros. For anything and everything, he proved like he can also provide free customer service to the end customers and also run a business profitably. That phenomenon was excellent. How many of us can give free service and also run a business profitably? Many had come, many had followed Just Dial and they have come up. But Just Dial was the first service, had a different phenomenon. So, what they had is very strange. He used to behave very strangely. He said, why should a mobile break when it falls down? I want an unbreakable glass. Can somebody manufacture unbreakable glass to me? For me. And there was one guy in a very small village who has manufactured an unbreakable glass at some point of his life. And one of his employees, his manager said, yes, there is one guy. He said, I want to talk to him right now. It was middle of the night. He said, I want to talk to him. And he tried calling him and he could not reach. He said, I am Steve Jobs. I want to talk to him. If you really want to make a change in your life, ask him to talk to me right now. And that guy got so scared. He rushed and he called him immediately. And Steve Jobs asked, can you make a glass like that? He said, yes, I have done it in my life, but it was only for a particular requirement. I don't know whether that will satisfy you. He said, Steve Jobs said, make it and show me. Less than a week, it was done. And that was the uniqueness what was there in Apple. So, the thing is, it is not the concept which is important. It is a lot of things, it's correlated. Like your concept, your approach, your leadership skills, the passion with which you enter the market, the courage what you have, the guts what you have, lot of things matters. Have you heard about Basan Eye Care? When he got into this business, sorry? They said there is Agarwal, there is Shankar Netralaya. Do you think you can sustain it? Many people scared him. But he said, yes, I can. I can give affordable medication. I can do that. I will show. He had that courage. The vision was very clear. That is more important. And yes, now, you know how many branches Vasan has? Have you ever gone into that place? It's so neat. The cleanliness, the service what they offer, and the fees they charge. Can you compare that with Shankar Netralaya, Agarwal? You have to go wait for hours together in Shankar Netralaya or Agarwal. But he has proved it. There is something which is very common in the people who have attained success till now. Very common. These are the qualities which are common. So what it takes to be a leader. Even if you don't have any of the qualities, and see what you can do to society. I will always try to push at least one or two towards the society, because end of the day, society matters. So please start something on your own which will be useful to society, because we need people like you. Thank you.
And now it's question time. If anyone is interested to ask questions, please. I was waiting for your questions. I think so.
I have a question. Because when I send the invitation for a list of entrepreneurs, I got the list from Tech Office. Right? Ma'am is the first one who accepted our